Good morning, my friends. My name is Claire, and you've stumbled upon Porch Coffee, so please stick around. Hello, my friends. My name is Claire, and this is my channel, Woodshed Theory. Here, I make content about what it is like to live as an adult on the autism spectrum, and whatever else feels good to me. So if that sounds good to you, or if you're feeling particularly gracious today, and I hope that you are, please go ahead and click the subscribe button, ring the bell. I almost forgot to mention that I put out videos a few times a week, so click the like and the share. If you're new here, I'm a late diagnosed autistic lady who has coffee with you on Monday mornings. Why? Well, when you're autistic, it's hard to have friends. It's a musical. It's hard to have friends when you're autistic, and this is an opportunity for me to practice by telling you about my week. And you listen, and then you tell me about your week in the comments. And there you have it. Internet friends. I'm not one to talk down about myself in public, but I feel like hot garbage today. We got wine stain from wine from last night. It's the weekend. We've got puffy face. The truth is, I hate you, supposedly. Okay, get on track, Claire. You shouldn't say stuff like that because it means it's not true. Just something I've noticed, usually from the neurotypicals. So, the fact of the matter, I don't know how to say it. I've been trying a new face moisturizer. I'm big on face moisturizer. I've been using it since my teens, probably. It's good. It's so good to like keep your skin healthy and nice. But I've been using a new one, trying one out. I've been trying to find one since I stopped using this one company. So I've been having trouble finding a moisturizer that is good for sensitive skin. I have super duper sensitive skin. And I've been trying this new one. Supposedly it's like, oh, natural environments. Environments? Oh, another cup of coffee. Sip. Oh boy, this is a rough one. Is this the worst Porch coffee ever? I can't even say it. I need a nap. All natural ingredients. Come on. You got this. You got this, Claire. But whatever's in it, it's been just over a week now. And my skin is upset. So I guess I could take it back to the place and be like, hey, this isn't working for me, right? I want to give it a few more days, but my skin feels not great. Like it's not like it hurts. It's a little sore, like it's just tender. I'm breaking out all over the place. All I want to do is moisturize my skin. Oh, I forgot to give the Mug Club update. I was too worried about my vanity. Wow, guys. This week on the Mug Club, we have 6 new mugs out there in the world. Mugs and stickers. How amazing is that? I do want to say, I noticed last week, I mentioned that I didn't have any mugs sold and that it was embarrassing. And then I was thinking maybe people would find that as like a guilt trip. And I hope that y'all have been here long enough to know I was just messing around. I mean, it is a little embarrassing, but like, you never have to buy one unless you want one. If you do want one, I sell these mugs to help support me and the channel. So if you want to have porch coffee with us on Monday mornings and share a mug with us, you can go to my website, woodshedtheory.com. Wow, I must be half asleep because I feel like I've been talking for 20 minutes and it hasn't been 3 yet. Pretty good week. I'm feeling a little better from last week. Thank you so much. My spirits are up. If you were here last week, you know I was in a bad mood. And I feel really bad because I was in a bad mood that whole day. And I was just throwing my weight around. I was pissed off. It was okay. Not great. The day was not great. I was mad all day. But I'm glad that I'm feeling better now. I was able to get the podcast recorded with Thomas Henley. It was recorded, edited, and uploaded this week. So definitely go and check that out. Also, Ryan Kelly gave me the information on how to turn it into an official podcast on YouTube. I still haven't done it anywhere else yet, but it is officially a podcast, Autistic People Talking. So that's amazing. Thanks to Ryan for teaching me how to do that. I was thinking about the fact that Autistic People Talking might suggest, well, I guess I'm worried that people might be upset or thinking about the fact that not all autistic people are verbal. But I'm totally open to having nonverbal people on the show, and we can communicate in a different way. I was kind of using talking as, well, autistic people communicating doesn't sound as good to me. Yes, not all autistic people are verbal, so that is a hole in the name, I would say. But if we can figure out another way to have somebody on the podcast who is nonverbal and maybe uses a different form of communication, then we'll figure that out. But all are welcome. Obviously, the guests should probably be autistic or autistic adjacent because it is autistic people talking. And it's okay for us to have our own place sometimes, right? Cool. I just wanted to be open about that. I wanted to be open about that so you guys don't think I don't think about stuff like that. I do. I was also on that panel. And when I tell you I was nervous, guys, I told you last week I was going to be on a panel about neurodiversity. There were some suspected ASD people on the panel. They're looking into it. Everyone else on the panel was ASD. No, sorry, that was just me. ASD, and then ADHD, or an autism parent, or a parent of neurodiverse children, and or ran an organization to support neurodiverse families. So it was pretty cool. And it was all women. So that was cool too. It was a super small event for an organization. And I thought it went well. There was with the speaker, there was 5 or 6 of us on the panel. And then there was maybe 10 people who came to the training. So it was a super small event. But everyone really appreciated it, and everyone, I think, walked away learning something, so I was happy with that. It was my first panel, so I was glad that it wasn't more people because I was nervous. With YouTube, we don't have an audience, a live audience, when we talk about really personal stuff most of the time. So talking about my experience as a late diagnosed adult to a live audience, to a few people that I knew, I thought I was nervous, but I thought I'd be okay. I read all of the questions and wrote out my answers beforehand, but I got really nervous when it was time for me to speak. I found that I was rushing through, or I felt like I was talking for a long time, and I found myself almost in tears. They're emotional things to talk about, but I think it was just the nerves. So I held it together. Everything went fine. The experience was great. I'd love to do another panel sometime. The only thing that I found difficult about being on a panel is I wasn't the speaker. I wasn't the one asking the questions. I didn't come up with the questions, but they were great. We did several we did several like prep meetings before the panel experience. And they let us see the questions. They gave us the questions way beforehand and said we could change them if we wanted to. But the thing is, like, I wasn't in control of the whole situation. I didn't know what was going to be said. I didn't know what everyone else was, I didn't know what the speaker was going to say. I didn't know what other people were going to say. And that made me nervous, not being in control of that, right? Because, you know, my fear was, what if something was said that I didn't agree with, or maybe was incorrect? You know how I'm autistic. Like, I need correctness. And there was a few things that happened where I was like, I don't know if that's how I would word that, or maybe that deserves more of an explanation. But I did okay. I did okay with that. And funny enough, when I was being introduced, the lady who introduced me said I had an MBA. I don't. But you know what? I let it slide because, you know, it's not the biggest deal in the world, and I don't think anybody cared at this. Like, it wasn't like, yeah, it's not a big deal. I do have an MA, but I don't have an MBA. She just added an extra letter in there. My paper didn't say MBA either, you know. She just misread it. Or, yeah, whatever. We were all nervous, probably. It's not a big deal. I texted a friend who was on the call, or on the video, whatever, and I was like, I just want to be clear, I do not have an MBA. And she responded with the perfect response, well, you do now. And I said, learning new things about myself every day. But yeah, it was fine. It went well, and I think I represented us well. Oh my gosh, so rude. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I just felt really good. I did a live stream this week, and that was really random. I was inspired by my friend Taylor from Mom on the Spectrum, because she had done a live stream earlier that day, and you know I have to one-up everything everyone does. That's a joke. Sorry. That's a joke. I was like, oh, you know what? I feel like doing a live stream. I want to connect with some people. So I did one. And let me tell you, by the end, I was laughing so hard. You guys are really funny. Autistic people are hilarious. Oh, and I wanted to mention, not that it's mine, but tomorrow, yeah. So when you're watching this, it is Monday morning probably, at 4 p.m. Central Time. So I think that's 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Today, Monday, while you're watching this, Orion Kelly and Taylor from Mom on the Spectrum, my YouTube besties, they are doing a live stream together. So make sure and go to check that out. I don't know that they did a ton of advertising, but they are going to be doing a live stream together today, and I'm sure they'd love it if he showed up. Also been working hard to organize my office, because this week, as you may have seen, I got one hell of a score at the thrift store of the most beautiful high-end yarn, and I'm just so excited about it. Yeah, I got a huge score of probably about $1,000 worth of high-end yarn from the thrift store. I did a video showing the haul, so make sure you go check that out. I will be turning most of it into hats and scarves and things for my Etsy shop, and other miscellaneous things, so make sure to check that video out. Especially if you're a yarny, you will not want to miss this, because the dopamine was flowing. Actually, I posted a video of me dancing as a short from the beginning of that video, and I was like, why am I dancing? Wrong answers encouraged. And most of the comments were funny, but some of the answers were one I had to delete because I don't know what it meant, and I couldn't find any explanation online, and I thought that's too risky. And the other one was, you're dancing because you finally got some new clothes. Geez, way to call me out, man. Yeah, I wear a lot of the same thing. I used to have a big wardrobe, and now I don't. I choose to, well, I guess I'd have more. It's just that over the past like 5 or 6 years, my size has changed a lot, back and forth. And so I got rid of clothes like through that experience. And also I work from home now. Like I just don't have a ton of clothes. My goal is to make some of my own clothes, but I spend most of my time alone at home. And I don't know. Like I'd love to go and buy more clothes. Why don't you buy me some more clothes? People got opinions, man. People got thoughts. Oh, another thing that happened yesterday, I went and ordered 7 wooden crafting crates from Joann. I got a killer deal. I mean, I think I did. I think everything is expensive now because I'm old, and all I can think of is how cheap things used to be. You know, if you're around my age or any age, you remember when you were young and things were cheaper, and then as you age, they get more expensive, and then you listen to your parents go like, when I was a kid, and you're like, oh, shut up, and then you become an adult, and you're like, when I was a kid. Happens to everybody, I guess, but it's really annoying. I need some like Star Trek life up in here where there's no money, please. Anyway, I ordered some wooden crates. They are originally like $15, which at a craft store or home decor store, I guess you could never really think like, oh, that's $15. Because if you're paying full price on anything, you're not getting a good deal. But yeah, so what was I saying? Yes, I bought some wooden crates. They were $8. They were on sale from 15 to 10. And then I got an extra 20% off because I ordered them online and picked up in store. So I bought 7 of them, and I hung them over my closet along the back wall of my office, and I filled them with yarn. I've seen other people use them before to store yarn, and now I do that. And I filled them up. I pulled from all of my yarn to fill up all of the bins, and now I'm feeling a lot less cluttered. So I'm really glad that I did that. I made a short about it if you want to go check it out, but how do you store your craft supplies? Because if you're like me and you don't have a ton of space, I store them everywhere. The closet, cabinets, under the bed, anywhere that they fit. But eventually you run out of room. And even if you make stuff every day, all day, there's still not enough room. Now you might be thinking, Claire, stop buying stuff. I have slowed down. It makes me happy. And that's not hurting anybody. You can take that opinion somewhere else. Thank you. Okay, friends, well, I think that's it for me this week. Got a busy week coming up. Why am I saying that? I'm sure it'll be busy, but right now I don't have any solid plans. Today's Super Bowl Sunday, which means nothing to me. And then it's also Valentine's Day this week, which is Super Bowl always that close to Valentine's Day? Anyway, so I gotta like figure out something for that. But other than that, I'm pretty open right now. I gotta finish my curtains. That's my goal for the day, is to finish my curtains. Anyway, thanks for coming and having coffee with me. I'll go finish sewing curtains. You'll see that somewhere on the internet, I'm sure. Have a good one, and remember to be kind to yourself and to others, and that autism is not a bad thing. You're a cool person. Okay. See you guys. Bye.